Hello, my name is Trish Shropshire, and I'm the IT Director for Stoughton. And today we're just going to take a little time and do some navigation on our website. It was requested that we give an overview. We have a new facelift on our website. We spend some money revamping the material, making it more friendly, easier to navigate, and we have way more features than we did before. So I'd like to spend a little time and go over that with you. Hopefully you learned something. Okay, so our website, the address is the same. It's www.stoughton.org. If you notice at the top, we have, with the new website, we have the capability of doing a banner. Right now, I have meeting alert instead of a major alert. I can put any type of information up the top. What I have is, it says meeting alert, and then if I clicked on read on, it says town manager public information sessions or meetings, excuse me. And then when I click read on, it opens it up and it tells me there's today, which is a public information meeting, just basically kind of training or overview. Monday, June 5th, there's a public information meeting for our 4-year capital plan. And it's for the general public. They can have questions and answers. And then underneath that, we're still waiting for a date. We are rescheduling the May 9th regional 911 public information meeting. We're waiting to find out some dates on equipment, awaiting equipment budget. So we can't schedule that yet, but it is on the list, just so everybody knows. So all I did was click on that. It tells me what's going on in the meeting alert. I'm going to go back to our home page and then just give you a little overview of what we have going on here. You may have noticed that the pictures refresh and change. So if you're on our page for a while, you'll see that they rotate through. That's a picture of the town hall. And Cynthia, how's my volume? Can you hear me okay? All right. If I refresh it again, we have, beautiful scenic pictures of one of our ponds, and you'll see various pictures. So don't be alarmed if you see that pictures change while you're on here. Every time the screen refreshes, it changes. We have our new logo at the top left. You'll start seeing major branding throughout the town. So everything we have, from signs to letterhead and anything else that has our logo on, will have the new logo on it. Then we have a navigation menu up the top. This is very similar, if not the same, as our other website, although we have the ability to change what's up here, which is nice. So for right now, on the menu next to government, I have town meeting, because it's going on right now, but I may put some other hot topic on there. So what I'm going to do is go over to government just to show you what's on the government menu. And we'll click on some items in a minute, but I'm just going to browse around for a little. So under government, we have our agendas and minutes, our boards and commissions, and our departments. So each board has a page, and also our departments have pages. Okay? And there's other ways also to access the agendas and minutes. Under town meeting, if I go into town meeting, because there's only one thing there, obviously, town meeting, we have our virtual table for this year, which, if I clicked on that, would show me all the documents and anything that we've gone through at town meeting this year, which is actually still going on, by the way. Okay. Then if I go back to the top, we've got residents. Under residents, under this drop-down, anything pertaining to health, home and family, local government, recreation, seniors, taxes, financial, our town crier, which is our newsletter, and trash and recycling. Business, we have our economic development page. Anything that any business in town needs is on this page as far as resources. And then we have the how do I. So how do I apply for building applications? How do I contact staff? How do I find agendas, minutes, library, town crier, projects? How do I sign up? How do I submit? That's our main navigation menu. Then if you'll notice to the right of that, we have a couple or a few social media icons. We have our Facebook, our Twitter, and Instagram. And I'm not going to click on those yet because I want to show you how, and I've heard this from people, we have embedded Facebook on our front page for those people that don't have Facebook so they can see what we actually have posted on Facebook. We have a town manager's Facebook page. So if you want to check out his page and you don't have Facebook, I'll show you how to do it. It's right on this page as you navigate down. Next to our little social media icons, we have the search button. So let's say I wanted to learn or I wanted to search permits. I would just type that in the search bar. You got to know how to spell it, right? Cynthia, I misspelled permits. I wonder why. Distractions. Okay, so when I type in permits, what comes up in the results is fire prevention permits, dumpster permit, sewer permitting, temporary permit applications, and then you could narrow down what you want. There's obviously a ton of permits. So I'm assuming if you're looking for a permit, you're probably going to look up a certain permit and be a little bit more specific, and then that option would come up. Okay, so that's our little search feature. It's broad. We also have the option to narrow down searching and look at search results and tailor our website to the search results. So we haven't had this website long enough to really have all those statistics, but I'm eager at looking at the results and tailoring it, making it more user-friendly and trying to make sure that what people search for is easily accessible to them. Now, I'm just going to scroll down because our page, everything on our front page goes from the top to the bottom. And as I'm scrolling down past the beautiful picture of the town hall, you'll notice on the left, we have that bar that stays here. This navigation bar stays on this page no matter what page you're on. There's the back to home button, which no matter what I click on, I can always click on that back to home, which brings me right here. There's report a problem, which I will click on report a problem just to show you what's in here. To report a problem, you need to actually create a website login. But what this allows you to do, and I'll show you the form, is you can, I'm going to click on this down arrow. You can report if you have a pothole issue, if you have a water main leak, if you have damage to your property, if there's a street light out, if a traffic light is irritating you. I don't know if you think it's too slow. We were talking about traffic lights last night. If you have a trash and recycling issue, signage, water meter, sewer issue, and this list is expanding. As we find that people would like to put in requests through the website that have more, or that's a category that's not on there, we can add that. So that's customizable. Let us know. Jobs, we're really excited about Jobs button. For the first time, you can actually apply for a Stoughton job online now through the website. And people do. So when I click on jobs, it'll show me we have 2 openings right now, one for an assistant town accountant and one for a bus driver for the Council on Aging, part-time. So what you would do is you would click on it and then just fill out the application online, which is nice. You get notifications through your email, and it's a quick, easy way for those that like to do things online and not have to bring in paper. Okay, so the next thing we have is our town crier. which is our weekly newsletter. And if you click on that, you'll be able to see a historical archive of all of our weekly newsletters. They're in PDF form, so if I clicked on one, this is how it would show. You'd be able to arrow down. Obviously, this one here is 16 pages. Okay? And I will show you in a few minutes how you can sign up to be notified via email or text when there's a new town crier, so you don't miss any. All right, I'm going to click out of there. And then the last thing on here is projects. That's the projects button over here. So when I click on projects, we have a few projects in here. We have the engineering projects. When I click on that, there's a huge list of engineering projects that are happening in town. And then you can just go in and click on whatever item you want within there, and it'll show you, give you an update of what's going on. And the other item is the fire operation project is on the project page. So you can see all the files related to that. So if I went into the Stoughton, the planning board's page within the fire station, I would be able to see that the planning board uploaded all of these files pertaining to that project. Okay. So that's the static bar that continually stays on the left. And again, my pictures are changing, which is nice. I'm going to continue scrolling down. I have some big buttons here. We're going to go over these next. I have alert/notify me. If you remember a couple minutes ago, I talked about if you were interested in, you could get notified when a new town crier comes up. If you're a member of town meeting and you want to get notified when I put something up in the virtual town meeting, you can sign up for that. So this is called Notify Me. The same thing occurs for agendas. If you're interested in knowing when an agenda gets updated for any boards, you can click on here to get notified via email. Okay, there's bid postings, calendars, and also jobs. If you want to apply for a town job and you want to know every time a new posting is put up, you could click on there for Notify Me. Okay. Let me know at any time. Cynthia, am I going too fast? Okay, it's a lot of information. I just want to make sure I can cover as much as I can. If I want to pay my bills, and we have all the bills online, I believe, except for water, sewer, trash, but I click on online bill pay and it'll show me, all right, we can do excise, real estate, personal property, fire department, you can buy a burning permit online, firearms licensing. You cannot do, but we just passed an article last night, a lot of other permits you can't purchase online right now, but you will when that's up and running. Birth certificates, burial permits, death certificates, marriage certificates, and dog licenses are all online. Okay. Let's see. So the next thing is agendas and minutes. If I go into agendas and minutes, this, I believe, is a really neat feature. It's our agenda center. And what it does is it shows you agendas for committees. So let's say I'm looking at this brand new 300th anniversary committee, which I know Cynthia is a member of. These are the agendas that are listed on here, and it's a new committee. But if I look over to the right, under minutes, I see that there's only 1 minute loaded so far. Okay? And you can see that for, as I'm scrolling through, you can see it for all these committees. So if you ever needed to look up previous minutes from a date for an actual committee, you know, whether it's select board, finance committee, you can go right in there and do that. Our document center is a neat feature. This is going to show you, it's kind of organized like a computer. It's going to show you, I got boards and commissions, departments, I can drill down. And it's going to show you all the documents that are on a page. So this would be a good example where I showed you that Stoughton Fire Station, 400 Prospect Street, all the documents that were loaded on here. If I click on this folder, I'm going to see all the documents right in here. Okay. Same thing, we just started loading Town of Stoughton policies, so those are on here. If we go to the Select Board, you can see business license applications and renewal forms, renewal of downtown, any documents that are on there. Okay? So that's our document center. The nice thing about the document center is that when we load a document and it's linked in multiple places throughout the website and we replace that document, in the document center, it automatically replaces it throughout the website. So we wouldn't have to reload it in different locations. Okay. Permit applications, right now when you go into here, it just is a link to the building department. It'll show you issued permits, application fees and forms, but when we do get the new module for the e-permitting, you'll be able to apply right through here. It'll bring you right to the application so you can apply for the permit. You can check on your status, and Mark did a nice overview of that last night. Then the other button I have in this menu is GIS Interactive Maps. So I can click on here, proceed to site, and then see our GIS system. So if you wanted to look up an address, you could go and check out the parcel. Okay, so that's that menu. Now, as I said, our website, you scroll down, so I'm just going to continue to scroll down to see what the next fun thing is. These are just landing pages. I think it's kind of neat, but it's the, you know, if I wanted to go to Public Works, I could just go to Public Works right here and click on it. Bring me right to their page. It's just another way. If I wanted to go to the police page and they have a brand new website, I could click there, it brings me there. And we also have fire, recreation, and the library. Everybody's working really hard at keeping their pages up to date, and for the most part, or I should say, everybody is excited that we upgraded, you know. Scroll down a little bit more. We have the Stay Connected section. As I explained earlier, for those of you that don't have Facebook, you can see the town manager's Facebook page right on here. So you can see items that were posted on our Facebook, okay? And then we also have the calendar, which shows events, meetings. So today is the 18th. It's going to show us, here we are right now in this public information meeting website training. There's a school committee meeting. There's a Board of Health meeting. There's a zoning Board of Appeals, all today. What a busy day. And if we wanted to, we could see all events. But it shows you by date, and you can just click on that specific date. Now, I know we went over the Agenda Center, but let's check out. I'm going to click on, tonight is the Board of Health meeting. I want to check out their agenda. Let's make sure that they attached it to the calendar. So when I go in here, that's not a good one. Hold on. Zoning Board of Appeals. Let's see if they have an agenda. They just have the virtual information. School committee. Yeah. Anyways, you should be able to, let's see, did the select board have a meeting on the 23rd? When was the last select board meeting? The 16th, I have the wrong date. I'm sorry, everybody. All right, so I went to the 16th. Here's the select board. Their meeting was at 7 o'clock, so if I wanted to, I could just go to the calendar. I'm going to go back. I'm going to start that from the beginning, okay? I'm going to be on the main page. Let's say it's Tuesday and I want to see the select board's agenda. So I come here. That was actually for the 16th, though. I'm going to go back to the calendar. So I guess for a previous meeting, you have to click on calendar and then go back to 16. Here's a select board. I'm going to click here, and it's going to show me that agenda, download agenda. Okay. See agenda for further information. All right, it appears that we don't have any agendas loaded on the calendar for this week. I will remind everybody to attach it to the calendar. That's how it's supposed to work. Anyways, I'm going to move on from there. I showed you our Facebook. There's also a tab for Twitter. So if you want to see our Twitter, we don't really post a ton of stuff on here, but you can also scroll through here and look at the Twitter page if you don't have a Twitter account. And then the next item we're into is news and announcements. So we have, let's go into the first news item right here. We have the survey for the train. And you can click and do that right through there. Let's see what other news items we have. We have leaves and brush disposal for the 4 Saturdays in May. So there's still a couple more left at that. We have public information sessions, and I'm hitting the back arrow just so I can show you the pictures. This was just something I did, website navigation, real estate personal property demands, that the real estate was due May 1st. I can click the right arrow and see previous messages. This is Tom Coulter's page on, his article on information sessions, which is the same that's on the top of the page that I went over. Information on wanting your input for the hazard mitigation plan. A reminder for you to save the date for Juneteenth, that celebration. And then a flyer from the Sustainability Committee on how to fight climate change. And that has already passed, so we can take that down. A congratulations to Molly Reed. So that's how you navigate through our news items. Okay. Then there's also a news item on here that teaches you how to set up your own account for the website. Below that, we have hot topics. We have the fire station project. Yes. Community choice power supply. We have our annual town meeting, PFAS information, trips with the Stoughton Council on Aging, and renewal of downtown. Let's, for the heck of it, click on trips with Stoughton Council on Aging. Brings you to that page. It shows you trips with the Council on Aging, all aboard with Annie and what she has going on. So once again, that's at the very bottom of the page. And this is our whole front page. At this time, I'll take any questions. Cynthia, do you have any questions? Am I going too fast?
I think that's what frustrates many folks, is they go on looking for an agenda. And granted, legally, it just has to be posted at town hall.
Yeah.
But people would rather know, is it worth putting my shoes and socks on, getting in the car and driving to town hall on a particular issue? Or should I listen to the meeting? I don't know how quickly it went through, but if the agendas are posted, if it's a hybrid meeting, then you do get the information, so you can tune in. And that, I think for many people, they get home from work, they're tired, but not too tired to maybe have a snack in front of the computer and wait for a topic to come up at a hybrid meeting. As long as the information is available.
Yeah. So there's a couple ways to get the agendas. They should be attached to the calendar, which I was showing you earlier. If they did not attach it to the calendar, and right after this meeting, I'm going to send a reminder to everybody that they have to attach their agendas to the calendars. There's also on the main page, it says agendas and minutes. And when you click on that, it shows you all the agendas for the committees. So if I go into tonight is Board of Health, I can look right here, and this is all organized alphabetically. Board of Health, which is tonight, which was not attached to the calendar, but I can click on the agenda and it shows me the agenda. So they are all on here, and I will make sure and remind people that post the agendas that it needs to go on the calendar. But they're definitely all here. So if you go to the front page and just navigate down a little bit, go to where it says agendas and minutes, and it's right in the middle, then you can, all in one area, you can go down, find your committee, or I could search by date if I wanted to. If I wanted to see just the items for today, it would show me. Let's see if we can do this. If I wanted to do, let's put in today. It'll show me just the items that are today, which is nice. So if we were thinking, let's say next week, May 25th to the 26th, if I wanted to go and search for every item from May 22nd to the 26th, I can put in those two dates under agendas and then click this little search button, and it'll show me, as of right now, there's 3 posted. An assessing board meeting for Tuesday, Conservation Commission for Tuesday, and then a Stoughton School Committee agenda for Tuesday. So there's 3 meetings so far Tuesday. But, you know, as you get into the week, there may be more. I will work on them attaching it to the calendar. I love that Agenda Center. I think it's really neat, a really neat tool. How about any other questions, Cynthia? I'm not picking on you, but
If,
here.
well, I hope the others don't mind me hogging the mic. Is it set up so that if an agenda is posted somewhere, it shows up everywhere else, or do they have to keep, meaning the administrative assistants or the clerks have to go to each area and repost, or is it just post it once and it just explodes across?
Yes, yes. So let's go look at a page. We're going to go to a department page. We're going to go to the Board of Health. Because we know we looked at their agenda for today. They have a meeting tonight. Here's their page, the Board of Health page. And in the middle of their page, they also have an item that says agendas and minutes. And there's a link that says view most recent agenda and minutes. And when I go to that, it brings me to the Agenda Center that we were just at. And then it shows me the most recent. If I click here, it brings me to that agenda, which is the same same thing. So that's the beauty of the Agenda Center, is just like the Document Center. When we upload or replace a document, let's say there was a revised agenda, it would be loaded here and then replace whatever was through the website.
I did like the fact when you were on the Board of Health that you had listed the members. I think a lot of folks don't know who the members are. They might know one member, but it's helpful because it may turn out to be a neighbor, someone they know from work, and rather than calling town hall and trying to leave voicemails and whatever, they might be able to bump into that person at Stop and Shop
Sure.
and ask a question. Many of us do not have the kind of time that I do, and you're most interested in something that affects your neighborhood, and having all these agendas available makes it easier for you to say, this is vital, this is next door to my house, or something is near my mother's place. I need to go to that meeting to make sure she's represented. I think that's very valuable to people.
So another thing that should be on every department page, well, this is a board, it shows the members, but we also have staff contacts. So you could email somebody through the website, or you can call them. Their phone numbers should be listed. And then for Board of Health, for example, there's helpful links down the bottom of documents. So every page is going to have things specific to them, like I can go to the Select Board page. You know, they also have their agenda and minutes. They have business license application and renewals, community choice power supply, renewal of downtown, town manager reviews, and town of Stoughton policies. It shows the members with their pictures. And then they also have related documents in here.
How easy is it going to be to integrate the new system of payment that we just approved? When we approved it, we were told it's going to take at least 3 years to get everyone hooked up, I guess you'd say. So how compatible are the two systems, or is it going to be a major
No,
overhaul for you?
No, it's going to be very easy, because on the front page, if you just scroll down a little bit on the front page, there's an item on here that says permit applications. So when we get that installed, you click on that and it'll bring you right into that software.
Now,
Right now it shows this, but it will, when we have that set up, it'll go right to there. So the first phase that Mark talked about yesterday, the first ones that are implemented, I'm hoping once something gets implemented that you're allowed to use them immediately, you know, and pay for them online, and they will be on this permit applications tab as we add additional permits on there, because they need to be created. They will be added onto the list when you go into that application.
I think,
So I think I'm sorry, Cynthia, I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah, no,
Well before 3 years, you'll be able to fill out a permit and pay.
I think so many people now are used to even ordering food and things on the computer and paying their electric bills and all of those things, that this is going to be a major convenience.
Yeah, we see it already with people paying their taxes and this Pay My Bill, like all these items right now that you can pay online. A lot of people utilize those services. So that's unless you have any other questions, that's my little tutorial for today.
How common is the knowledge that folks can pay anything? Have we kind of spread the word? Is it, I have to confess, I really haven't read my real estate bill that carefully, except to see that it's gone up. But do we message so that folks know this can be paid online? You don't have to trudge down to town hall or spend 63 cents on your postage?
Yep, yep. And every time we add a new item on there, we let them know because this is new. The Unipay, the birth certificates, the burial permits, death certificates, marriage certificates, and dog licenses. We've had this for a little bit,
Yes.
but now we even have the ability, I'm not sure if Stephanie's incorporated it yet with everything going on with the building, but you'll be able to use your credit cards and pay for those when you come inside. So when you go to the Unipay page, you can see, here's the clerk's page, and you can see if you wanted to pay for a birth certificate, a death certificate, marriage certificate, new dog license, you do it right through there. So let's test out, when I haven't done this, but I'm going to do pay bills online, pay online. See what comes up in my little search button over here. Excellent. So in the search feature, I typed in pay online, and online bill came up, so I could click on that, and it would bring me to the page to pay online and then show me what options I can pay online.
I didn't see anything, and it's probably in there, I just didn't see it. But we're coming into the summer, and I know the Recreation Department always has great programs, and the playground and things like that.
Sure.
Is that awaiting to be inputted, or is it already in?
Yep, let's check out the recreation page. I'm just going to, so you could get to the recreation page two ways. We could go to government and department, go to recreation page that way. Or there's also, if you just scroll down on the front page, one of these landings says recreation. And I'm just going to go to their page that way. And then I'm going to see, oh, there's alert on here, Ames Pond page. Ames Pond passes go on sale May 22nd. And he's got all of his programs in here. Let's do agree. I'm just scrolling down looking at his account, but if you go into programs up the top of his page, shows you all of his categories. So if you wanted to look up, I don't know, Ames Pond swim lessons, let's see if anything's in there.
Yep.
You can register. It says the times of the lessons. I know you can pay online for any of the programs within the Recreation Department.
One thing looks to be missing is the address of the Recreation Department, because it's not in Town Hall anymore.
Okay, so if you just, if you just scroll down the bottom of the page, it says it right here,
Okay.
15 Pleasant Street.
Yeah.
And that's a good question, because let me show you. I'm going to get off of their page. On our page, if you needed to know where the town hall is, down the very bottom we have, and most websites have that usually like down at the bottom of their page.
Okay.
You know, we have our contact us, here's our address, here's our hours, and then some quick links to get to the calendar, news, emergency management, the assessing page, and Stoughton TV. That's another thing I should tell you, that, you know, on the Stoughton TV page, on their website, you can see all of they video most of our meetings, and if they're not live, you can see them streamed. Right here,
Okay.
15 you can see what's going on
And
there.
that's a good.
They have them
that's a
listed,
good-
which is nice.
A good question.
So I'm not going to
Let
give
me
you a
show
tour
you.
of their
I'm gonna get
page,
off.
but it's a great asset for us. That was a little plug for Stoughton TV.
I know. Well, I'm very impressed. It's bright. Granted, I'm not as tech savvy as the average person, but it seems not that difficult to navigate if you can get your mouse to cooperate. And with all the complaints we heard in the past, I hope folks give the new website an even chance to impress them and show them that we are up and we're ready to compete with all the other communities in Massachusetts.
Yeah, me too, Cynthia. And I hope, people take advantage of our report a problem. If you have a pothole or if you want to get it in writing and report your problem, you can do it right through the website instead of calling. Then you have a record of it. So that's it, unless you have any other questions, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending. Over and out. Have a great night.